Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. See if anybody can see me here. Mr. Camera. Of course, I had to freeze everything up. Hey, Yoki, you found me. All right. Can you hear me okay, everyone? Say everyone, I mean just you so far. Don't know how well this is working with my laptop. It might be a little slow for this. I'm kind of working a little hard here. Presets. Go video presets. We go. There we go. Yeah, okay. I think next time we're setting up a desktop for this. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of taxing this poor laptop here. Might not have enough. Yeah, I think a little bit. Hey, how's it going, Chippy? Awesome. Let's go in the pre-chat for this my other setup here and see if we can let them know that this is working here. Because for some reason I couldn't get the StreamYard to talk to my preset up. We're logged in here, which I don't think I am. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks, Chippy. That's what I figured I was getting wrong when I set that up earlier today just to see if it would work, and I didn't do it through StreamYard at the first, so I'll probably do that next time. Sweet. Let me go in the settings here and see if we can do an invite link here. Blip blip blip. I will pop this in the chat here. My video's not the best, but it's not too bad. Let's see, Control V. Bing, 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 bing. There we go. Awesome, awesome. There's the link if anybody wants to come in. I'm going to open this back door up here. It's getting warm in here. It was a nice warm day here. The black flies were starting to get me, so I just said, well, let's get the door closed for a little bit. Sweet. Yes, sir. That's a little nicer. Nicer that some fresh air move through here. Might turn the fan on a bit. Yeah, I'm messing with my multi-camera setup here. It's kind of cool. Got the phone set up as a camera as well. Yeah, there we go. We got the, oh, let's turn off this microphone. Into Minicam we go here. Preset. Audio. And bam, there we go. We turn off the audio for that. Mama Taz! Hey, hey! Great to see you. Yeah, I don't know how warm it was today. It was like 30 degrees almost Celsius here. Pretty warm. Not too hot out here now. Bring in my machine we're going to work on here. I was out picking up a few machines earlier. Oh, let's see here. Oh, da-da-da-da. Yeah, black flies haven't found me yet. Let's see if we can switch Mr. Camera here. Doop. Yes, sir. We're on the whole setup here with the cell phone as another camera. We've got all two. That should do it. Presets. Doop. Yeah. Running her slick today. Yeah, definitely going to use a desktop for this next time. Set up a whole special desktop just for this use. I'll have better camera stuff because it'll work a lot better, a little faster than this. This poor little dual processor laptop is just not up to the task. Well, we'll make it work. YouTube. Let's see here. YouTube going to come up for me, maybe, maybe not. Yeah. Let's see, is this going to sit on these things? I definitely did not need to lean on the floor to work on with something like this today. Definitely not what I needed. I need to make a setup like Bruce Pender's got, where you can just put it on there and go up with it. Yeah, I've got StreamYard going with Minicam. It's a multi-camera software. I can do all my fun stuff with my different camera switching, and I can bring pictures in. Like there's my phone as a remote camera. So you can see what I got here on the, basically on the bench. Works a little better with the zoom than webcams do. which is kind of cool. Yeah, I use this software pretty much daily when at the university where I work, because we do live stream stuff for online events for the different faculty and staff and stuff. They do their online events for research things or whatever they're doing, a book launch or something like that. Or we had a couple weeks ago, we had the Liberal Party come in and they wanted to do a live stream, so I ran all that with this software. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I could do switching cameras easy and screen captures, and yeah, I definitely am techie. That's what I do. Well, my official title at work is I'm a tech navigator. Yeah, Chippy, that's definitely good. I'm familiar with it. Ah, sweet. Thanks, Hanyoki. Yeah, that's good, because I can't get into the YouTube thing. For some reason, this thing's so slow, it doesn't want to connect into YouTube on the other tab. Let's see. Yeah, so we got a 3.5 horse Briggs that I picked up from a fellow I work with. His name is Jude. I figure why not mess with it and have everybody hop in and chat and yeah, feel free to come in, anybody, if you so desire. Let's see. 2. Should be able to just click go into my settings for my software here. My hotkeys work. Settings. Hotkeys. You need to make them. Ta-da! There we go. Oh yeah, man! Fires. Gotta have a fire. A little warm here for a fire right now. Bam! There we go. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Mama Taz. You're always camera worthy, I'm sure. Yep. Actually, we can just go around the yard a little bit. See what's looking like in Beaverback today. Here's the swing. It's my pile of wood I've been working with. That nice pile of wood. Oh, you see my bear. That was my attempt at a chainsaw carved bear. I kind of gave up. He looks like a grumpy bear, so I just left him. Yeah, all that came from that. Yeah, all quiet in the neighborhood today. Hardly a soul. Hardly a soul. Yeah, another machine to work on later. Another machine to work on later. Should have a monitor for doing this. A big TV or something in here so I can see the chat while I'm messing around. It is fairly warm today. Let's see. Oh, Windows tells me the weather. It's 18 degrees Celsius right now, according to the Windows weather bots here. It was super sunny all day. We hit 30 degrees the other day, easy. Right on. Yeah, I like Mr. Grumpy Bear. He's like I said, it was something I decided to try, and I was using my ported Poulon, so he was pretty aggressive with it. So I should have been using the little steel with the. Where is he? I should have been using this guy. Where's my remote button here? Oops. Preset 2. Yeah, I should have been using this guy for doing messing with carving for the first time. It's got a 1/4-inch chain on it, so it's pretty small. But that's what I should have been using. But I was using this feller here. It's not bad, but it's got the pipe and everything on it. But he's got, the bigger 3/8 50 gauge LP chain, so it's a little more aggressive. So I was trying to get carving, and it was a little more grabby, grippy, and yeah, it was worth a try though. Yes, Mama Taz, I am almost to 1,000 subs. My 991st sub was Bruce Pender, Bruce's shop. I thought that was pretty awesome, so I had to thank him. The Grumpy Pooh Bear. Yeah, that's definitely right. Yeah, I might take another try at it. It was like a tutorial I tried, so I tried to follow it a little bit, but I kind of got my angles a little bit wrong. I don't care. I don't think it's wrong necessarily. It's art. Had fun with it. Oh boy, this poor little mower. Yes, it belongs to my buddy Jude I work with at the university. It's basically his wife does all the mowing, so it's her precious mower that she really loves a lot. So it only runs on a full tank of gas. And I have a feeling that the little pickup tube is messed up inside that carburetor. I think I might have to get some air going on here. Some air. Blow that out a little bit. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm almost to 1,000 subs. It's kind of a hoot. So what have you guys all been up to? I saw a bunch of folks watching Hopper Stock earlier. Burn some cookies. Yeah. Blip, 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 blip. Oh, tax stuff. That's always fun. I have yet to do my taxes so far. I should probably get to it soon. I have where I'm regularly employed, but also self-employed. I can wait for my taxes till June, so I've been kind of putting it off. I should do it sooner rather than later. Ooh, that's yummy. That's yummy. I may have a new one of those filters. I may. Let's see. We have a place to hang Mr. Air Hose or something. No, guess not. Oh man, yeah, that's a bummer. Sorry about that, man. That's a drag. Yeah, my buddy's father's in the hospital right now. He had to have a triple bypass. That's no, being in the hospital is never fun. I'm lucky I've never really been in the hospital for more than a little bit, for like a few hours for wisdom teeth or something like that. So knock on wood. Or if the odd stitches for something. Yeah, the odd thing like that. All right. Man, it's been a while since I've had one of these old 3.5 horse Briggs taken apart. Been a long while. Like years. Quite a while. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dementia. That really sucks. The old fella lives next door here, or used to live next door. He was there for my whole life. He died of dementia. And it wasn't very fun. The only way we knew something was up with him when we first had him diagnosed was he put raw gas in his chainsaw, and that was like something that Frank just didn't do. Ooh, a 2150. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, like a 350. That's quite a little saw, isn't it? That's not too small. That's a decent size saw. Yeah, snow blowers, man, they'll get you every time. Oh, do. I almost forgot what to do, how to take one of these apart. It's been so damn long. Holy crap. Okay. Yes, sir. Gentle, gentle. Yeah, I want to take the whole tank off. I guess we'll just drain it. Thought I could be sneaky and just pop that off the top, but nah, we'll just pull the tank like a good boy should. And this way we get to drain all the junk that might be in the tank, even though it's pretty clean. We'll hose it all out. Okay. Yeah, I love fixing these kind of lawnmowers for people because they really like them when they get them. And, it's a lighter lawnmower, so it's really comfortable for her to run. And the new ones are so darn expensive that it makes no sense to try and buy a new one at all. Okay, that's a 3/8, I think, on the side of that, if I remember correctly. I've been in saw mode, so everything's metric on the bench. Metric City. Number 8s, number 7s, all that kind of crap. Let's see here. It's a 3/8. Mr. Black Fly biting me. Yeah, I got one of these sitting out back behind the garage there. Yeah, that's what it was. I was right, 3/8. I got one more of these mowers, but the whole mower deck is shot. It's got one of these nice little flathead 3.5 horse like this. And it's like, dude, love to find another matching deck for it at some point. Yeah, is that a 1/2 inch? I think I got a 1/2 inch sitting right here. My bench is a disaster. I should have cleaned it up, but you know how that goes. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. This is so much easier than crouching on the ground, killing my back. Especially my back was bothering me last week. I had the Dr. Ho TENS unit on 24/7 pretty much. But hey, I'm still up and mobile, still walking. It's all good. Not in any pain. If I wasn't paid, I don't care. Okay, let's see what kind of junk is hiding in this. I think I got one of those diaphragms on hand here too, so if I kill it, take it apart, then might be okay. Might not be a big problem. Pickup tube's got a whole bunch of junk stuck to it. The little diaphragm is not in bad shape. Put that aside over here. Set that right over there. Oh yeah, old trucks are better. I want something that's so bare bones. I really want to find something I can put one of those 212, like a Predator kind of style engine in it, like I see on YouTube. I want to make a street legal car like that, so it gets like 70 miles to the gallon. So you can fix it like you can everything else. Easy. Go out, pick stuff right off the shelf or right off from my suppliers and fix it without having to be expensive. As much as I like my Ford Flex out there and I love how it works, I hate being at the mercy of the computer sometimes, even though it works good. I would pretty much rather be able to for me to tell the engine what I want it to do, instead of somebody else having programs to tell me what to do. Yeah, as much as I like computers and how, like I said, my Ford Flex works great. I love it. It's a 2010 Ford Flex, and it's about as new as I want to get, if I can help it. There's so much computer. I'd rather have computers in the trunk, in a laptop bag, to tell you the truth. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't work, that's when I get upset. There's some gummy junk on the bottom of that pickup, let me tell you. Yeah. I thought this might have been like the old ones where the tube was on a brass tube and it pops off. Yeah, it's sucked up like, oh man, it's definitely gunked up on the bottom of that. It's like, it's right sticky junk. Pull that tube right out of there and clean it out. Yeah, it's a bummer when stuff you've got and you kind of got it running, but it starts to get clapped out and stuff starts going, and especially when you love it, it's always the worst. Man, I wish I could just pop that out of there. It would be nice. Yeah, pop that pickup tube out so I can properly clean it. be awful nice. Let's see, we got some brake clean here. Got my bin for my junk stuff to spray off. Anybody make it out of that pre-chat on my proper live stream? Oh yeah, I see that. I might just take that out with a pick and clean it out. I have to try and pull that. Clip. There we go. Yeah, it's not a press fit the same as the other ones. I see what you mean. It's got that. I'm used to the old ones. Torn many of those apart. I don't mind the plastic stuff though for these things. It's not rotten. It's not disgusting. Yeah, kind of little snap. Not really a clip holder. It's kind of a clip end on it. So it's not like a press fit like the old one. It kind of snaps in. Here, I'll switch to the other camera and show you a little easier. Boop. Preset 3. Boop. Yeah, you see that? There's that kind of little ridge there, so it snaps in the hole. I think where the fuel gets pumped up to is a little bit crudded up too. So we'll clean all that out. Yeah, we'll just suck that out with the extractor some more. Oh yeah, it didn't break. Yeah. Oh man, I love my Flex. It's working good now. I had to. I knew where it was since it was new. So it was my father, his last company car when he retired in 2012, and they had company. He worked for McCain, and they had leased their vehicles at that point. And I had a chance to buy that when it came off a lease in 2012, I think it was. And it. So I knew most of the stuff that happened to it because my grandfather picked it up in 2012, and he's no longer able to drive, so he gave it to me. He's going to be 97 in July here, so yeah, in 2019 he gave that to me, and it's in really good shape. There's no rust on it. I had to do a bunch of suspension work too, which is normal for something like that. It had never been done to it, so replaced a bunch of stuff on it last year, and it passed the inspection and everything. That's good. The only problem I got with it now, I put one of those nice Road Cruise all-terrain tires on it, which I absolutely love, but my rear shocks are worn out, and it scallops the living heck out of the rear tires, so I gotta replace them rears. Yeah, I like that brave little toaster. I call mine the Flex Prince. Unfortunately, it had a trailer hitch, so I didn't have to put one on it. Yeah, there's the Flex Prince. There's the Flex Prince. Yeah, I love that. The brave little toaster, man. I love that so much. I like the boxy shape of it too. Kind of has that Scion look. There was a Toyota Scion that had a kind of boxy shape like that I always liked. I saw that thing, I was like, I love it. Had a Pontiac Montana SV6 van before that. I think I got 300,000 miles out of it or something like that. It was the same thing. It was also the company vehicle that my father had purchased for my mother. She didn't like it, and so they bought her a 2011 Hyundai Tucson, and that was a nice rig. And they just sold that a year ago in the spring. And they bought one of those Kia Seltos. I love it, but it's got that auto steering thing in it that freaks you out. Yeah, I should show you my rear tires. They're pretty much cooked. I thought I was going to get a lot more use out of these things, but I was mistaken here a while back. So I'm just going to run it a while until I put new shocks on it, and then I'll put new tires all the way around again. They're not expensive tires, so I don't really care. That's just the cost of doing business, right? You can see they're just about done. You see how scalloped those are. Sounds like a paddle tires. They're pretty mucked up. Now the front ones held up fine. They look decent enough. They're not scalloped at all, so I wasn't not unhappy with my purchase of those tires last year sometime. So, it is how it goes, right? Try the feel. Yeah. It's a riot. You guys have been keeping me entertained in my comments feed on my channel. I love that. Where's my extractor? Here it is. Yeah, it's kind of fun to hang with you guys. Like I said, anybody want to pop in? Feel free. I was over playing at my buddy's place earlier, where I picked up that Husqvarna mower out there. And it was, I dropped him off a machine I'm working on for him for a while. So I got pictures. See if I got pictures of that. Talk about older gear, older machines. Where is that tiller? I should have pictures of it here somewhere. It's like a late 80s Troy-Bilt Junior or something like that. Man, that thing just goes like stink. Isn't that weird? I had pictures of it like last week. I don't know what happened to it. Weird, weird, weird. Da, 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 da. Yes, Bruce. Yes, you were 991, a milestone. Yeah, feel free to pop in, Bruce. There's the link there if you want to come in. I was very happy, Bruce. That was that made my day when I saw that. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely supper time in your neck of the woods up there, Bruce. I would say. It's 8 o'clock here, so it's about 4 o'clock there. Yeah. Yeah, that old Troy-Bilt my buddy has. Someone gave it to him for free. It's got a little 4 horsepower Tecumseh on it, and I put a $20 Amazon snowblower carb on it because the carb was, well, I got the carb here, I think. The old carb sitting here. There's the body for it. So that was the body, carb body off of that Troy-Bilt, and I actually had this running fairly decently You can see it's pretty nasty. So I cleaned out the best I could and just left it, outside alone for the most part. But I had it all running. It would run decent enough, and it wouldn't leak or anything. Put a new kit in it, so I had a new bowl gasket, new seat and stuff. But the problem with it is that these needles for the jets were so pitted, and I really could have messed with them a little more. Like I could have put them in the drill press or something and kind of got them cleaned up a little better. But when they get pitted like that, it would either run rich or run lean. There was no in between. It would just, you'd get it so it would almost be right, and then you'd get it close. So the low speed jet wasn't bad. It was the main one that was the worst one, but you'd get it to be kind of running. It would just go so pig rich. It was disgusting. Yeah. So that $20 snowblower car, I was like, oh, well, heck with it. It bolts on. And that little tiller, I used it stepson's last night because him and his wife are putting in a nice garden so they can grow some real food. And I had already been there with that tiller and tilled everything up and I did to finish it off. And I must have gone close to 2 hours and it didn't drain the tank dry. It's only got a little tank too. It's smaller than a snowblower tank. It's only about, that big. I don't think it's a liter, if that. And that little sucker did a great job. I had to make a new air cleaner for it because it had the back of the air cleaner housing, but it didn't have a front or a filter. So I put a piece of Scotch-Brite in and made a cover plate for it. Put 2 screws that fit. Finest kind. I guess I said I wish I could find the darn pictures. Local image. I just wish I could find it. A few pictures from lately, but nothing that's. It was last week I had some good pictures, or 2 weeks ago. You might have seen the short where the belt was all nasty. Hey, Stella! Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. Thanks, Stella. I'm going to definitely check that out because I did a boo-boo and made my stream schedule with YouTube and not StreamYard, and I'm using StreamYard. So we need to go in and see if I can get back into YouTube now. Maybe I have to use it on the phone. Is that going to go in there? I see someone's. Hey, JK Sauce Shop, subscribe to my channel. Awesome. Let's go into YouTube on the phone. Let's see now. My channel. Yeah, I made that boo-boo. Yeah, show my thing from last week. Show one thing from this week. Hey, 993 subscribers. 2 more subscribers. Hooray! We're getting there. Love to see what I did here. Community, videos, home. Yeah, for some reason, I can't find that one I had actually set up earlier. Maybe the YouTube Studio will work. YouTube Studio. Yeah. Well, here, I'll pop the link up again. Right on, Bruce. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yes, so if you want to pop in, there's the link right there. Poo, 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 poo. Leftovers. Fires like the wood pile from inside out. Yeah. Yeah, see if I can log into YouTube on the other tab here and see if we can go ditch the other one. Have to make sure I don't whisper my password as I type it in and don't mouth it, because that's what I do all the time. Yeah, that's not a bad little mower. So telling everyone I have one of these sitting out back behind the garage. It's got a rotten deck, which makes me sad with the same engine on it. That maybe I could weld some or something. I don't know. But this one belongs to a friend of mine I work with at university. It's his wife's mower, and she loves it to death. And of course, it's light, rolls real nice, and it's you know, those nice little engines that little flatheads that are great. Okay, have the sound guy. Let me see. Let me see my channel. Maybe the studio will do it. I'd love to kill the other stream that's sitting there waiting for everybody. Yeah, that was a boo on my part. I didn't even think about the fact I had to make it in StreamYard first. Yeah, this one is second from the top. Their yard is pretty smooth and it's tiny. If the yard is as big as this garage, I would eat my shoes. They're in that little trailer park over there, so it's like a little piece of paradise. You go through their little gate, and it's just like this beautiful little garden. It's like almost like Mr. Miyagi's garden for this little tiny yard they have. Man, this thing is slow when you're logging it down with a couple cameras. I really should be using a different laptop. I know better than this. I think I wanted to use this one because it has a touchscreen. I forgot. I keep forgetting it has a touchscreen. I'm sitting there with the trackball when I could be just touching the screen here. Duh. Man, I'm a boob sometimes. Keep saying I got put a desktop in here for that. I only got what? How many desktops hanging around? I'm staring at 1, 2, 3, at least over there in a pile. Storage lockers got 3 or 4 in them. I got 4 or 5 at work. Keep seeing on the recycle pile. They work great for streaming. Yes, that's true, eh? Ah, so that's why I can't find it. Okay, good. Yeah, I might have to take both those off and put them on a little bit higher, so they have a little more clearance, and I'll grease them while I'm at it. Big fan of that because they roll real nice, but they got that I'm dry. I need some grease sound, so they don't get any more wore out than the air. They're a little bit wiggly. So I don't know if I got some of those any of those washers left or not. I have those little spacer washers that I use on those kind of wheels like that. I had a brand new bag with a bunch of them in it the other day. And what did I do with those? Machine I got it back there. I got it out of the garbage a week or two ago. I did the wheels up nice, so they don't wobble anymore and they roll real nice with a bit of grease and stuff. I put some of those nice spacer washers on the little tin washers. Yeah. Oh, live. Here we go. Creator Studio might be the way to go. More actions. Da. I understand. Delete. Clip. Leave the screen. Okay. Yeah, I went and deleted that for now. Hey, JK Sawshop. You are subscriber 993. Or as we say around here, 993. Sweet. Where is that blower gun? Blower gun. Ooh, black fly getting me. There we go. Get all that junk that got up out of there. Yeah, as I was saying, it's been a while since I did one of these carbs. I like those pulse jet ones with that go on the tillers. Yep, got rid of it. No, I didn't delete you, Haney. Don't worry. I didn't want to use StreamYard. I just would have done a stream key and everything. I would have done it right in this Minicam software. It does the stream keys and everything. It just connects right to YouTube if you really want to. It works pretty great. But me, I wanted to use this Streamlabs thing. I say, feel free to come in, everybody. Anybody wants to come in? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's clean. I like it. Yeah, there was definitely some junk in that. And I may take that little tank and give it a little bit of a flushy do in there. Clean all the junk off of it before I put it back together. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. So, Stella, I think the last time we spoke was on Chicanic's live stream a while back, a few months ago, if I remember correctly. We were still pretty locked down here at that point. We're not locked down anymore. Things are starting to return back to normal gig-wise. It's pretty nice because the extra gig money helps a lot, big time. Nice clean tank. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Is anybody been trying to come in, or am I just not seeing anybody trying to come in? I forgot I might have to look at the other part of the screen or something like that. There we go. Nice clean tank on the inside anyway. Yeah, it's the most lawnmowers I've had in a while around here too. But I've been kind of laying low with lawnmowers and snowblowers, and right now I got 3 at one time. No, was it 3? Yeah, 3. Besides that that trash picked one I worked on last week that's almost ready to go. We'll turn it into a few bucks. They're so expensive, someone will need a cheap mower to get them up and running. Might save somebody's butt to mow their lawn. Yeah, that sounds a lot happier now. Oh, appreciate that, JK. Yep, Chippy's awesome. It's I like doing these live streams. I did one last week just off the cuff, and it was kind of fun. And I just said, I'm just going to do another one. And if I hadn't screwed up the scheduling, I think that would have been a lot better. But I don't mind. I said, anybody, feel free to hop in. Love to chat with you. Oh yeah, gonna be a lot happier. A little carb. Oh darn it, Ted Stream. Crap. I wonder if it's let's see if maybe we're in the stream that I deleted. Yeah, I buggered it up. Oh well, what can you do, right? Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. Add to stream. Blam. I see ya.
Going on?
Hey, there you go.
Cottonwood does not split very good.
Holy crap. You did it.
Now with a maul.
That's some nasty looking stuff. Yeah, Stella, that, yeah, I probably deleted the other stream, so that's why it says edit 5 minutes ago. Oh, I think, John, hey, buddy, great to see you.
Got
Well,
such just unique as heck.
man,
You want to work a saw for softwood? You got stuff with a bunch of burls in it? Man, she likes to eat and struggle at it, but
at least it's getting in there.
what's that?
It's getting in there.
Well, yeah. Well, I take so many risks at it. Nope. Yeah, that's why a lot of chainsaw carvers love this wood because it's so unique. Especially when you get a bunch of burls in it.
Oh, yeah. My brother-in-law loves those burls. He's got a wood turning set up. You know, he loves that stuff.
Big time. Yeah, they're. I got a few logs like that sitting here. They're the last things I want to split, but
it all burns though.
Eventually, it's still too wet. I don't know if you can see that big log right there.
Oh, that looks wet.
Oh yeah, I just took the sod. It's been raining here lots. I'm waiting to test the 162 Husky and that with the 32-inch bar once it's ported. That's a lot of wood.
I'd say.
Ugh.
Yeah, I had the 32-inch bar here, but I gave it back to my buddy so he can take down something in his yard.
What's that?
I had a 32-inch bar here, but I had to give it back.
Yeah, I got a 32, a couple 28s, 30, 24, and a couple of smaller like 18s, 20, 16. Definitely have an arrangement. Depends what I'm doing. I try not to run under 24, but it depends what you're doing and what saw it's on.
Yeah, I kind of want a 32-inch bar just for messing with the tiny saws when I port them and play with them. Because that little 2150 I got here, that Boulon, man, it drug that big 32-inch bar, no problem.
That is so wet. It actually pushed the moisture out of the grain.
Oh, that's gross.
Well, that's going to sit and dry for a while yet.
That stuff I got sitting in the yard is so dry. That tree was so dead that I was splitting some for across the street. He wanted some extra wood, so I cut and split all that little pile out there for him. It would just, you just touch it. It was so dry, it would just
Take the
fall.
moisture in your hand. Now that oak will be good to burn once it gets some heat in there. That's still too wet. That'll dry quick. The wife moved all my wood around in the backyard, so now she buried all my firewood. Aye. Let's see here. Yeah, wife raked up all my sawdust into the pile, threw everything into my firewood pile. So now the whole pile's all screwed for now. I was leaving the sawdust out just to give it time to dry out before burning it. But it's gonna be a bit now.
Yeah, you guys are getting lots of rain over there, Chippy?
Yeah, we're getting a fair bit over here. It's that's why I was debating to light a fire because it was raining pretty good earlier today. So, but I figured I'm gonna light one anyway. Screw it.
Yeah, it's pretty dry here right now. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow for the first time in a while. I'm kind of getting used to it. It was nice to have a little bit of dry weather for a bit. Dry the ground out so you can mow and stuff.
Well, yeah, like we have a bunch of overland flooding going on here, north and south of the city. Favorite little axe is my Tillis. Profile's
like
not
that.
made for splitting, but
I've been using my Princess Auto Special with the fiberglass handle on it. I like that guy. That's been working good for me.
oh, never mind. I thought this one was balanced really good. It's a little handle heavy. Of course, there's a knot in this one. Yeah, no, I got some cheap ones. I'll throw into my machine or car or truck if I'm going out hunting. And they got a better profile for splitting, but I just like using this one.
Man, I got some crazy birds making noises around here or something. Or the kids are making noise with something next door.
I blame it on the kids anyways. It seems logical.
Oh, they're good kids. They don't hurt nothing next door. Never see any kids half the time. Little kids next door, they're out once in a while and they're real friendly, but oh yeah, still I clean my hands with car spray. That's brake clean, actually. I do that all the time. Not good for me, but oh well.
Oh, maybe it's half the stuff we breathe in on a good day. She's got a little dampness, but she smells good.
There we go. That's how she goes. Yeah, the old brake clean, man. It's a great fast way to get your hands cleaned off in a hurry, especially when they're black. I use Dawn, but
Well, you got that, and they'll brake clean will definitely remind you where your cuts were too.
oh yeah, it heals them up real fast.
Yeah,
I don't mind that at all. Actually, that's what I do if I cut myself. That's what I do. I run for the brake clean, spray the cut with brake clean real fast, and then super glue it shut because it's nice and dry at that point. Yeah, I'm crazy like that. I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay. See if we can get this to sit nice on that. Yeah.
Some of the leftover rope from us blocking in some oak logs for hatchet handles.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what's left of it anyways.
Oh, yeah, so the WD-40 does work great for cleaning your hands off. Leaves your hands nice and soft, too. Man, it's been a while since I worked on one of these little tiny, one of these little brigs.
Warm out here. I'll be right back.
Oh, man, Dawn and a scrubby is what I use for my hands every day, pretty much, unless I'm out in the shop here, so we don't got, there's no sink out here, so I use Dawn for everything. Best damn hand cleaner. And if you need a little bit of more scrub power out of the Dawn, a little bit of baking soda works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, JK, I really want one of those little saws, like a Johnny Cutter or whatever, like one of those Farmer Tech guys, just to play with. Wouldn't mind a top handle guy to play with.
Go on there, JK. Yeah, I missed out on that Johnson Red guy sold it. It was really, really, really clean. Is what it is.
All right. Oh, I can't wait to get this lawnmower up and running. I get excited with these little lawnmowers, man. When people love them so much, and you can fix it for them, and they're so happy. Oh.
Are you getting close to being done again, or what?
What's that?
Are you getting close to being done it yet, or what?
No. I'm almost close to finishing this lawnmower, but I'll keep going as long as everybody stays around.
No, yeah, I've been in and out of the live just doing some shit.
Yeah, I just have fun. Just people hanging out, chatting with each other, and I said, yeah, if anybody else wants to come in and actually the diaphragm on that is just fine. That one was the pickup tube was clogged, and it was right some good clogged too. And once I got it cleaned out, it would only run on three. Like as soon as it go to 3/4 of a tank, it would go down a quarter of a tank. It would be it wouldn't run anymore. and it was so clogged on that pickup tube and everything that the primer wouldn't even run on this little guy. I knew once I got it clean, I knew that would be a happy primer. Yeah, there, Mom Taz, hop in anytime you like. Same goes for anybody else. If you all want to drop in and come on live, drop right in. Love to have you. Yeah. Yeah, Stella, did you see that video that I made? And I did with my rig for cleaning carburetors with the phosphoric acid, the electropolishing rig. I did that with you in mind. When you're talking about your old carb for your scooter, trying to get that float running. Okay. Going to be a happy little mower. The weather's been so nice. Everybody's grass is growing like crazy now, so people are all starting to call me for mowers. Kind of feel important now. Actually, everybody wants me to do sound gigs too. Geez, $219 for a mower is still cheap, even with the exchange for here 30% more. Like most mowers here are like $350, $400 for just something like this guy here. Like just it's out to lunch here. Ooh, 028.
That's how you light a fire. You just blow shit up.
Oh yeah, I love the torch. I need one. I used to have one of those like tiger torch things that you put the tank on. It's like a nice long one. You throw it right in the stove.
Did you not see the explosion from the gas igniting?
I call that magic water.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Well, then I threw in the last little bit of diesel I had left too on top of it, so it burns longer.
Oh, diesel. You mean like gold-plated latinum?
Well, you can call it that. It was whatever I had left. It wasn't worth much, thankfully.
Yeah, we're basically $2 a liter here now for regular.
Yeah, we're at 187 right now.
Oh, geez, still a lot cheaper than us.
Well, that's regular. Premium, I think, is like 210 or something like that. You smell that diesel and the wood all at the same time. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. We'll give her a few minutes. See if it lights, because it just rained today, so that
you got to give a little bit of help.
No, exactly.
Yeah, that little bit of help makes a huge difference.
I threw on enough gas just to get a boom. I probably could have filled the tank for tomorrow for that, for at least one tank worth of fuel.
When I was a kid, there was a couple of different jokes when we were kids, and there was the how do you make a cat go woof? Oh, gallon of gas in a match. As sad, as scary as that sounds. And the other one was how do you make a dog go meow? Put him in the freezer for 2 days and then chainsaw and then meow. Oh, us kids and our jokes.
You're just cruel, Pat. You're just cruel. Cruel and unusual. I like it.
That was the we were kids and cubs, man. That was like some of the skits that everybody had come up through with, right? They've been passed on through the generations, You're around the campfire and you're a kid like that, and then there was all you had to do skits, right? And then that was some of the gags that the kids would come up with, and I'm like, man, that's so bad yet so good. course, I would never think to do that to poor pupper dogs or poor kitty cats.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't give two damns about a cat. I'm a dog person.
Yeah, I'm a dog person too. Unless the cats that think they're a dog.
Well, the wife's got two cats, and the one's like an ornery, grumpy cat, and that cat just loves me. So we have a mutual relation, I guess you can say, with one another. Man, that is so wet. I can hear the wood sizzling right now.
Yeah.
Burning at least, but she's sizzling.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard the pug next door yakking at me. He usually comes up to the edge of the fence and he's barking at me saying, "This is my yard." I'm like, "Man, little dog, don't worry. It's all good. We're friends. Don't worry." And there's a young golden retriever lab retriever next door. He's Harvey. He's awesome. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dog.
Sorry, I was too lazy to grab the tripod out of the basement.
Oh, that's
I got
cool.
you mixed up on the makeshift homemade flower planter. Mini makeshift garden, I guess you can call those things.
Oh yeah, whatever works. Yeah, I got the tripods on the go here. I'm not slumming it today.
Well, I normally use the tripod because I was coming up with the axe and the maul, and I just didn't feel like carrying it on top of it all.
It's all good. You're in the right stream, Stella. Don't worry. Oh, where's my other socket? It's a 3/8 socket I had in my hand. There it is.
Now,
Just a
if that
3/8
fire
socket.
don't light, I got big problems.
Yeah, a little more magic water. It'll fire up.
Yeah, I don't like putting magic water on there when there's a fire going though.
Oh
You gotta
yeah.
be quick.
Goes into
I've
the
had it
tank and
burn
boom.
back. Yeah, I've had it burn back before, and you gotta be damn quick.
Oh, I think I might replace this filter at some point. It's not too bad. I might need a new one. I might have one here in my stocks, but might be time to order some more of them. Got to put an order in. Oh my God, your cat turned 18? Wow. That's a cat hanging on. I'll tell you, we get your fire going there, Chippy. If you got the leaf blower.
Oh, I don't have it here. Actually, I gave the old man my leaf blower, and I don't feel like grabbing my air compressor. That's even more of a pain to carry up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the leaf blower. That works good.
I've never used a leaf blower, but I've seen them, and they definitely work the cat's meow for sure.
Okay. Where's my screwdriver? Put my screwdriver down. Look at that. I actually put the screwdriver back in the holder. Huh.
What do
Imagine
you want to
that.
do that for? You might find it next time.
Well, my holder on the bench that I put a couple of regular screwdrivers that I use all the time is actually a Poulon 2150 cylinder. Turned
You
upside
know
down
what?
with the top ground off.
Frickin' Princess Auto, this was a couple of years ago. They had a Titan Impact bit set, and it came with all metric and standard, like Allen keys, Torx, and then your common Robertson flatheads and stuff like that. But they came with all the different adapters, extensions, different length. The Allen keys and Torx came in all different like stubbies, and I think they're like 4 or 5 inch ones. And it was like $20 for the set. And I should have bought two because they were a clearance item. Because
Yeah.
I broke some bits over the years, but like the things I did to some of those bits should have just never been done. Period. Like it was pure torture.
Yeah, the Titan stuff. That's what I'm using on these. My little Impact here is the Titan adapters.
I wonder
Princess
who
Auto.
makes those Titan tools, because when hang on, airplane's coming in for landing. This is going to be a thing apparently. The wind's in that right direction. Fire's going. Yeah, I don't know who makes those tools though, but I mean, for cheap Princess Auto stuff with a name on it to make it look like it's not Princess Auto, they're actually pretty decent little tools.
Yeah, I like them too. Something else that I like, I got Princess Auto, the Power Fist stuff, is I got this little set of these Torx bits, and they're like the ones you buy for, but they've got the little holes in the end, so
Security
you can
one.
use them on stuff. They're like security ones, but they work perfectly for all the saws and stuff. Man, I leave these two. What's this? A 25 and a 27, I think it is. There's 25 and a 30. I use the 25 and a 30 because I use this 30. It fits, even though it's a Torx, it fits really great in the Allen head screws for
Yeah.
doing like exhaust and stuff. So you can get it right down in there.
Well, and the Torx work really good if you strip out an Allen key fastener. You just
That's what I
get the
find.
one size bigger in an Allen key and tap, or in a Torx, tap it in.
Yeah, that works well, so well.
The only thing with those security ones, though, is, like if you got a real stubborn fastener, you got to be careful with them. They're not as
Yeah,
strong.
if it doesn't move right away, I don't hammer away with the impact on it or anything. I just go find the proper one and then go to it.
Yeah.
If I need there's a 25 right there and a proper rubber screwdriver that I have on the bench if I really need to get one a little more stubborn out. Or I'll go for a regular bit and go at it and then go for it. But I love that little set with all the different size Torx in it, man, because I use that almost daily because all these little saws that I've got, they're all just Torx screws. And if I didn't have those bits, man, I'd never get anything apart. Or those little trimmers and stuff, you can take those little cheap Poulon trimmers and I can just zip in like 2 seconds, they come apart. Like
Yeah,
in
they're
pieces.
handy.
Like
They're
zip,
handy
zip, 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 zip.
for sure.
I can't live without them now. If I had to do it by hand, I'd cry. Oh man, well, this little mower.
It's almost Christmas tree burning time.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Sometimes wait for it to get nice and dry and let it rip. Let the critters have it for a while until they're done with it after the winter.
It was just, that tree was just a little over 5 feet tall. So like for this little place, it was just perfect size. What do we got going?
Now, let me see. This thing's not looking too bad.
Can't even tell who's all in here anymore. I never go by the count. The count's never freaking accurate.
Yeah, well, I've got John Clem and I got Stella the lawnmower lady here, and I think Mama Taz might still be here.
She was. I don't know if she still is, but she definitely was.
She said she might come back and come live with us.
Nice. She's probably going to get all like dolled up or something ridiculous since she said she wasn't camera ready.
Well, she's probably by herself. Did her hubby go over to Hopperstock?
No, Tasman, I think worked till this morning, so I don't think. And they're in Washington, so it's kind of a bit of a drive to get over there.
Yeah, that's a long way, man. I would love to go to something like that. I was watching when you guys were on earlier.
What's that?
I was watching when you were on earlier today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had the saw that was made out of a XR250.
That hot saw. That thing was absolutely ripping. I was gonna put my timer on my video editing on KineMaster just to get it right down to a decimal point, but it was like right between it was just under 2 seconds roughly.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. It was like crazy. I think it was bored out to a 350 too, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah. Ooh. I think it's time to change the oil.
Aaron, what's going on?
Hey buddy, what's going on, dude?
Oh, I really should go pull my 250 out of the trunk. I gotta sharpen the chain for tomorrow. At least check it. Maybe I'll fire it up, cut a piece of wood while I'm already out here.
Yeah. Rip, rip, rip.
Have you seen that saw at all yet, or no? On the videos,
No.
or no? Okay.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I gotta see if there's anything like decent to cut that's not ridiculous.
I'd start up one of my saws and play with it here, but it's 9 o'clock at night, so
Yeah,
don't want
it's
to.
only 7 here, so I'm good.
It was
And
funny.
it's
I was
not
at
really.
the stepsons yesterday with my buddy's rototiller doing their garden, and their neighbor's kind of a jerk, and it was getting to be about 9 o'clock, and he comes out. He's half drunk, and he's following me up and down the garden next door. He's like, as I go up one way and I turn around and go the other way up the garden, he's kind of walking with me, and they're like, "What you doing?" "Well, I'm just watching."
Now that's still gonna be wet. It's cracking. That's white oak. It's a 16-inch bar, so I should have a couple of inches to spare. Good.
Oh yeah, that's a nice little piece of wood.
Give me a sec to get the saw.
I just like starting saws just for fun, just because it's fun. Because when I was a kid, I never really played with chainsaws too much, and now that I have chainsaws, it's just like, wow, might as well play with them. Might as well use them for something. Oh boy, we changed the oil on this little feller. The man, I love this extractor thing, man. It's one of the best tools I ever bought, hands down.
Well, with my dogs touching, yeah, I got about 2 inches of spare. Let's see if there's any gas in it.
Is that an MS250?
Yeah.
Like one of them?
Wow, by the way.
I got one here from across the Kevin across the street. This is his 250. Been working on. They're great
Well,
little saws, man. I had one for a while.
this one's not exactly stock, by the way.
Oh, that sounds happy. Yeah, Aaron, I saw some of the pictures of your woodshed. Looking good.
I gotta find a better way to place that. Sorry, rolling too much.
Oh man, that must be straight 30 weight. Boy, that's boy, that oil's some dark. Holy crap.
That might work. Oh, I don't have my tuning screwdriver out with me, but that white oak's a pain in the cut on a good day. I don't feel like I'm getting a headache. I should actually be wearing earmuffs with that saw. That thing is loud.
Oh, I can't even start a saw without my ear protectors, man. It's I have real sensitive ears.
Yeah, that I definitely don't have. So many years of shooting guns and frickin' all sorts of stuff. All the reasons why I'm deaf. And then I just tell
Or
the
my
wife,
father is really deaf too.
yeah, mine's just from, like I say, just from abuse. Abuse from the old ears, or abusing the old ears.
Can you see how dark the oil out of that mower? Holy crap. That learn is the clear light on this thing. Oh yeah, still I can't live without my extractor. I use it like religiously. It's the yeah. I don't mind tipping the mower on its side or draining the drain from the bottom, but I just gave up on all that because I love the extractor so much. And I bought my father an extractor because he's anal about changing oil and everything he's got. So I bought him one a few years ago for his birthday in July, and I gave him the little small one. Like this one, I don't think cost me very much. It wasn't expensive. Well, because I got it from my rotary supplier, so I got it for cost, but it wasn't expensive. If you buy them at Princess Auto, they're like, or Canadian Tire, they're like $150 or something. It's like, that's not worth it. You can make one cheap.
What is that for? Sorry, I just caught part of that.
That's the oil extractor.
Okay, yeah.
So you pump it up, or it you puts a vacuum on the line, and then you just take the oil right out of the crankcase. It's this one's a 6-liter.
How long does it take to drain out a tank on a lawnmower? Because those things only hold what, half a liter?
Yeah, it should be about no more than half a liter. 2 cups, basically.
Okay.
This one's a little bit sticky because it's probably just straight 30 weight, so it's probably not all that.
Who the hell even buys that oil anymore?
I got some here.
Do you?
I got some here. I don't.
There's not a lot of applications for that anymore nowadays.
Just these push mowers. Sometimes these old ones like it. You can get away with these push mowers.
I just throw in like 1030 or whatever in them usually.
All the new ones, all the newer stuff, all takes 1030.
Yeah.
Anything that's going to be used.
I've thrown 1540 into them before because that was all I had on hand from when I had my because I used to get 1540 for free all the time. So that's what I used like in my Blazer for years and years and years. And then same thing with the diesel when I had that.
My regular stuff like the my garden tractors and stuff that I drive, I use all the time. I run them on 530. It's all that goes in them. Because I use them all winter long, so.
Yeah. That reminds me. I changed my oil, my side-by-side this year. I put the winter stuff in, which was, I think, 040 or something there.
What? Wow. Well, you get pretty cold up there, so.
Yeah. Well, that's what BRP suggests. One says like 040 or 0W40. Another one says 5W40. So I put it in 040 because I used to take it out before when it would be like -20 or so out, and but the motor never gets hot and warm enough to get up the temperature in the wintertime when you're moving. So the oil also stays thicker as well. So just said heck with it, go a little bit thinner, be done with it. And I think I put on about 600 or 700K last year, and that was it. It hardly went out at all last year. So kind of put I think it's 1040 or something, or 1540 that's supposed to be in there for the summer anyways. I'd have to check the book before I do it, but
yeah, put just a little dot of fresh oil in that just to kind of scrub around the bottom of that crankcase a little bit.
Yeah. Diesel works good for that too, thins it out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of that 10W30 at the bottom there, and then I'll fill them up and probably be a happy rig. What I like about these oil extractors, if you do screw up and overfill it, then you can just suck a little bit out.
Yeah, that's the nice part about it. I've used syringes for doing that.
Yeah, I've used turkey basers too.
Oh yeah, I can see that working. That chunk of cottonwood's not as wet as I thought. It's wet, but got a bunch of slots cut in from cutting cookies off of it. Get some oak on there. Aaron, do you make your own handles or do you get like the pre-made ones? Yeah, I got handles to make for some hatchets that supposed to be a gift to be getting shipped out, and I haven't had any time yet to continue to be making those handles. So I don't have the fancy tools, so I got to go to the old man's and use his. I'll be right back. I'll close the house windows.
Oh man, a pneumatic oil extractor would be sweet. Actually, this one I just realized today. I was working on that chiller for my buddy with the Tecumseh on it. That I think I could just take the shop vac and put the shop vac right on the top of this. It's the same size almost as the end of the hose for the shop vac, and just put the shop vac hose on top of that and just press go on it, and not have to pump it. that might do the trick. Yeah, my father's pretty deaf too. That's why he's always been hard of hearing for the last part of my life. So that's why I've always protected my hearing. So when I always do live shows, I've always had earplugs in. Whenever I run any type of machinery, if anything over 70 some decibels, I always got hearing protection on. Also, I'd go crazy if I didn't. Yeah, vacuum that crankcase right out good. Yes, sir, Bob. He's going to be a happy mower. I like happy mowers. I do's. All righty. Let's fill up my little bottle here. Let's see. How many ounces is half a liter? So we got 8 and 8 is 16. 8 ounces is isn't 8 ounces a cup, isn't it? And we'll put 16 ounces in my bottle here, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty. Yeah, I started using one of these squirt bottles for filling up these engines and stuff just the other day because it was so much easier than trying to figure out how much to put in these engines. So I just pre-measured out, put it in the squirt bottle, especially those Honda style engines or generators things when you got the fill plug is way down underneath it somewhere. And we just go that way, squirt it in there. And that's my new trick. Yeah, 16 ounces, yep. And that's what I got in my bottle here. That's what most stuff takes, isn't it? For the most part. Say it's been a while since I had to.
I'll have to run back inside. So I just got making some. I didn't realize it was 7 o'clock here already, so I just got some KD going for the kids.
KD. Almost had some of that for supper.
It's the I'm not sure if you like it or not, but it's the white cheddar version.
Oh, I've had that. That's good.
I
Yeah,
uh,
I eat
I
anything.
don't mind it. The what I like though is when you go to Bulk Bar and you buy the normal the KD cheese in bulk. So when you make KD, you just slather it on and just
Mm.
extra cheesy.
Ooh, mosquito. First mosquito I've seen this year.
I've seen a couple now with those things. When I was when I went live last weekend with the drone, saw a couple when I was out. Apparently the wood
Ooh, a
ticks are super bad
drone.
too here.
Drone sounds fun.
It's different. It's different. I kind of crashed it yesterday. I got about a foot, I don't know, foot off the ground, and it was so windy. I was too close to the car, and it drifted, and the prop hit the corner of the door. It broke two of the three that I had on there. So they're aftermarket. So I gotta check and see if they sell replacement props or how that one works. So I just
Oh, yeah. Stella's saying you have to help us call it. She says KD question mark. KD is Kraft dinner is what you call in the U.S. as Kraft macaroni and cheese, but it's called Kraft dinner here.
I did not know that went under a different name. I had no
Yep.
idea. Interesting.
Yeah, we call it Kraft dinner, but it's in the States it's Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, same stuff. Well, Kraft Dinner is also a brand though too. It's not what it is per se. It's just a brand.
Oh, it's Kraft. Yeah, General Mills. It's not General Mills. It's whatever the Kraft brand is, right?
Yeah, well, Kraft is
Uh,
Kraft.
yeah.
Uh, Pretty sure because they make barbecue sauces and all that, and salad dressings and everything.
But there's a
Come on.
name, there's a brand that Kraft is under, and
Oh,
I know
okay.
all that stuff because he worked in the grocery store business whole life. Out for Kraft. He started working for Kraft before I was born, and he worked for McCain for the last until
Okay.
2012. So I was born when he first, or and but he did food business, frozen food business.
My flameage is going out.
Yeah, so all that kind of stuff. Anything to do with the grocery store business. It's
Well, the stuff I'm making
hey,
is
Lyle.
the stuff I'm making is the Our Compliments one.
Mm,
Pines. Okay.
compliments.
I can
That's
totally see that.
Sobeys.
Yeah.
Sobeys head office is here in Nova Scotia.
Oh, snap! Didn't know that.
Yep, they're from Stellarton, Nova Scotia, which is just outside of New Glasgow. Glasgow and Stellarton. That's where their head office is. I drive past it once in a while, going to gigs.
Yeah, that was like we used to have Granny's head office used to be here on Panet Road. Then I don't know where they moved to or whatever, but they moved it out anyway. Same as the Cabela's head office used to be on. Well, I think they were next door actually to Granny's, but like, do you guys have Granny's chicken over there out to the east? Maybe
No,
it's Manitoba.
no.
Okay, must be a Manitoba thing. They deal with like exclusively with turkeys and chickens and stuff like that. Well, there we go. Now she's going again.
I've been to the President's Choice, the Loblaws head office before in Ontario.
The which one? Sorry.
I've been to Loblaws, the President's Choice
Oh,
head
okay.
office. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they're in Mississauga, not too far from the airport, I think, and they're on one PC circle. They have their own street.
Do
It's
you guys
it
have
was quite
Save
an
on
experience.
Foods?
What's that?
Do you guys have Save on Foods out your way or no?
No, but I think that might be a Loblaws brand, isn't it?
No, they're from BC originally. They're like they're their own brand. They expanded. I don't know how far east they expanded. That's why I was asking. It's like they're all over here in Manitoba and stuff. So Manitoba, British Columbia.
Look at that, 16 ounces, right on the nose. Can't get
go.
any better than that. Perfection. Right on the line. Oh, I like it. Yeah. I kind of like working with stuff like ounces because this is a U.S. made thing that
Yeah.
they're talking in ounces. So,
Well,
you,
some of them have the ounces and also the mLs on there as well. I noticed some things do not. A lot of things don't, but some do.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing with my wood.
Yeah, I see my buddy Lyle is in on the chat here. He's just up the road.
Okay.
He's my buddy I always talk about. He's got that tiller I was talking about. And also, he's got that 32-inch bar on that. He's got a Husky 371. We put that on.
Oh yeah.
I like that 371. That's a nice little saw, man.
How was that pulled to 32? Because it is a 70 cc class saw. So.
It pulls it just fine. Like it really, we had it in a pretty big piece of wood here, a big piece of hardwood, like just burly, one of those burly pieces with lots of knots in it. Didn't even flinch, not even a lick of flinching. So we got a big piece of pine that I think is pretty big that we're going to try it on in his front yard.
Oh, pine, it's so soft. It should just eat through that like nobody's business.
It's going to be fun with that full 3/8, nice heavy 3/8 chain on. It's going to be awesome. It's going to eat that right up. And we got the mill. That's why he got the 32-inch bar. He got the mill for it.
Okay.
Him and I put the mill together a while back. We got to get that going. That's why we got 32-inch bar in the first place. We can put it on a mill. Those Alaskan style mills. So we can play with that. That's going to be fun. To cut some slabs out of it.
Sorry, I'm just headed in here. I gotta go make that KD for my chainsaw in the basement.
Yeah, well, that Husky, I might get that up there soon. I'd get this little one running here and bring that Husqvarna in here with that plastic carburetor and see what's going on with that guy.
I will be right.
Oil in.
And,
yeah, that was one that was. Hey, Lyle, was that Husqvarna left for dead? That mower that's on the trailer out there? If you're still there, one of the Left for Dead series. What was I doing? Looking for a socket. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to put check that spark plug. Yeah, prep wrap. Yep, that's right.
PC. White cheddar.
Yeah, when you go to their head office, their building is kind of like a multi-level shopping mall. All of the offices overlook like a courtyard inside the building, and they have like their actual like PC test kitchen in there. So you can see them through the glass testing out new recipes and creating new stuff. That's the PC brand.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. The reason why I've been there is I was doing a gig with a band, and they played there for a manager meeting. They flew the band up. Of course, I'm doing sound for them. So I got in, to go in the building and mix and everything. It was kind of cool to see kind of, the behind the scenes stuff, things like that. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I was going to say there with that Husky. Yeah, like when I had my ported 038 mag, that I used to run a 32 on that, and that thing pulled like a freight train. Like unless you really dogged in hard on it, you would stall the chain out, but you'd have to really dog in with that 28. Or with the 32, sorry. The 28 wasn't so bad. But for shits and giggles, I would throw on a 8-pin or 9-pin. I can't remember. I think it was an 8-pin rim with a 24-inch bar full comp and just let her eat. That used to be fun. Yeah, that was it was just too heavy. I got tennis elbow and a bad back and everything, and going from that 038 to the Husky 162, there's only like 2 pounds difference on the power head, or 1.5 pounds, but man, you can feel the difference.
Oh my God, yeah.
with the same bar and chain on there. Yeah, like I never put on the scale, but just what you could feel, definitely you could feel the difference in it. But
Yeah, I've been kind of I ordered a couple different sprocket setups here. I got a rim sprocket setup for my 024. Can't wait to try. So I can change out and try different. If I want to try a 3/8 chain on or something like that. So, but these little rim sprockets, man, it's hard to get those from my suppliers. Like Stens doesn't really have a good supply of them right now.
they're
It's
very
probably a
hit and
COVID
miss.
thing.
Are those OEM ones or aftermarket?
This one's an aftermarket one, but it takes the same size.
Yeah.
So that's a 7 spline small, I think they call that one. And trying to find a 7 spline small rim sprocket in 3/8, regular 3/8 is kind of like pulling hen's teeth. I haven't been to the dealer, but that's not a big deal for me to go over there and visit my buddy over there and see what they got. But I just want to mess with different bar and chain setups, like try different chains on things, and especially once you get porting some things, I want to try some stuff with 3/8. Like I had to run that little Poulon, I ordered an aftermarket sprocket setup for that rim and setup for it.
Yeah.
And I should try that rim sprocket on this, see what fits. And this was for the 235 240.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of different size splines. It depends on what brand of saw it is. That's what I've discovered.
Yeah, they have a list of all the different types. Like there's a 7-pin standard or something like that. So that's the one that the Husqvarna for the 235 240 right here, and that's what goes in that 2150. Where that 235 that I've got here, this would fit that to put there's that Poulon style clutch and everything goes in it. And that guy had this one came with the rim sprocket. And I think that's the same as what this steel type 1 fits. Should be the same.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't tried to cross reference them at all yet. So
yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that with my different books, right? And so this one's off the, that's a 325. This must be that's a standard 7-pin standard, because that's big. That's the big one. And that come off that Husqvarna style one. So that's a full size standard, as far as I can tell. This is good. I haven't had a chance to do this yet because my brain has been going a mile a minute. So so there's the Husqvarna one. That's the full size rim sprocket on that one. And that's a 3/8. That's a 7. Yes, this is what they call a 7-pin small. That's going on my 024. So that's a good thing I'm trying to figure out, because I'm like, oh, I'd love to just take this 3/8 7-pin and pop it onto this steel guy, but
still kept those clutches and sprocket steps up to the 026 MS260 line. Then they bumped it up to the medium, or whatever they called the next size up.
Yeah, that standard one. That'd be this one here, the standard size.
So that small one, you can actually use that on, like I can use that on my 025, for example, or if you swap clutches on it, like an MS170 017, you can run the same sprocket.
That's right.
Across the board.
Yeah, because there's 2 different setups for the rim sprocket. There's one for the 024, 026, and the other one is for the 250 and the 170. Yeah, I almost ordered the one for the 170. They're slightly different, I think.
The one that jumps up from the MS270 or MS271 or whatever, and up, I think it's up to the 660 is where the changeover is, and then they're all the same for all the different 0 series, and well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Depends on which O series you got. Like the 3s. The 2s, the 3s, the 4s use all the same rim. Like I said, once you get to the 06s or the 6 series, I'm pretty sure that's where it changes over. And then bigger than that, like the 880s and that, or 088s, they're in their own class.
Because what I'm trying to figure out is what clutch this old guy has, this old 2.0. Because that's got a 1/4-inch chain on it, and I don't want that no more. It works good.
No,
I gotta get the chain nice and sharp, but I want to put a nice 3/8 slow profile or something like that on it.
If you check and see, I think, anyways, I think it uses the same clutches like these MS set 170, 180, 200.
That's what I figured it was going to be, because the one for the 024 I got there is almost fits over top of that clutch. Like it almost
Yeah,
sleeves over it. So I figured the 170 is probably the one that takes. It's flipped around. It's the opposite way around they are on the 250s and 170s and 024s. The sprocket set up,
that O
the
two
clutch drum is the opposite way around.
that 020 should take the same clutch. 'Cause I got two 200Ts and it should be the same clutch. So if they're
Yeah,
the same,
which way does the nut come off of that? Does that go left hand thread? Or is that right hand thread?
right hand.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. I thought it was. So I was trying to crack it off the other day, and I was like, oh man, I'm just going to give up this for a while and maybe get some heat or something like that. It's so tight on that clutch. It's that clutch drum. It's just like ridiculous.
Well, when you think about it, when you pull the recoil, if you're looking at the side, it would
Yeah,
be the rope would come up closest to the operator, right?
that's right.
So your crankshaft would be also turning in a clockwise motion. Depends how you're looking at it. If you're looking at the clutch, it would be clockwise, which means your sprocket will come off the same way.
Yeah,
At least all the stills have been like that. So far, the ones I've been working
that's
on.
kind of what I figured too, right? So it just never been off. That came from my buddy Lyle's father. That had it for years and years and years and years, and it came. He brought it to me a year and a half ago, or over a year ago, and it had tank full of gas. It was 40 years old or something. And I cleaned it all up, and man, that thing goes like stink.
Yeah, when they modernized, or like when they went from the O series to the MS, that 020 switched to an MS 200. That's all it is.
Right.
Or MS 200T. Like,
Yes. So that's just a metal version of the
yeah,
200T.
it's the old school. That's why I like the O series saws in general, anyways. Like that doesn't mean they're all built better, but they seem to do things differently.
Well, my 024 is like one of those. It's all metal casings. It was made in 82 or 83. It's an
Well,
83 model saw anyway.
well, see, the thing is with the 020, because they're a pro saw, the same thing as a 200. Once you get into the pro saws, at least with the stills, they're all magnesium or metal cased. It's the
Yeah.
clamshells that they get a little wonky.
Yeah, I certainly like that saw, but like I said, it's got the 50 gauge 1/4 inch chain on it.
Yeah,
It's not the regular steel 40 gauge, 43 gauge or whatever they put on it.
nothing wrong with 050.
No, it's just that it's harder to get.
Maybe where you are, 050 is like oh yeah, 050 in at least 325 and 3/8 is common as snot here, and I don't know if they. I'm
But
sure
in
they make
1/4 inch though, right?
1/4 inch. I don't know about. They like see everywhere's different. Like our big still dealer here, like they deal a lot with arborists and stuff, so they carry all sorts of chain, and they're usually on spools too.
Yeah.
So
There's not a lot of places like that do the spool thing here. Like we got a
okay.
couple of Husky still dealers and things, and they just have whatever the regular offerings are, and still doesn't seem to make the 50 gauge 1/4 inch chain. They seem to just make that 43 gauge or whatever it is.
See, like the one dealer that's just down the street from me, I like going to them because they're close, and like they're, well, call me biased, but I am half Filipino and they're like Chinese or something. So I like supporting the Asian people too. But their inventory sucks. So like the big one I was talking about, like it's on the other side of the city, but yeah, they're the ones that if I need a chain, I usually phone a couple hours ahead, say, hey, I'm coming down this day and blah blah blah. Can you guys make me a chain? Because like a lot of the time they don't keep inventory typically on anything bigger than 24, I think it is typically. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like I say, it's just kind of a hit and miss thing with them. But
Yeah,
if you really
if they had
really
a
need them,
spool, I would buy a spool if they, because I got suppliers and things like if I buy a spool, I might be able to get through my Oregon supplier here in near me in New Brunswick. They probably have that 1/4 inch 50 gauge. I just got to call them up because the book is hard to go by because they have a different catalog system. So I have to go find the exact chain in the Oregon book, Oregon listing, and then go into their system and go look up that Oregon number. And sometimes it's hard to find it. It gets lost in translation sometimes. So I might just have to call them up and say, hey, I need a 72 DL 50 gauge 1/4 inch chain. Can you got one in stock, or can you make me one? You got a spool for it? Because they'll make me one, right? They can make them up and then send it to me with an order, regular order or something.
Well, yeah, I was going to say if you're hard pressed, I can phone the dealer here and see if they carry it or if it's the same type of issue. But like I said, they carry all sorts of stuff here.
Yeah, the guy at the local dealer kind of gave me a hard time. I went in last Saturday afternoon. I was just like, there's nobody else in the store, and I just like, kind of walk in and say, looking for a 1/4 inch chain because I knew this still only has like the 1 gauge of chain, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, 1/4 inch what? It's like, oh man, don't give me that. It's like, oh, Stella, lawnmower lady, right on. You got to run. Thanks for dropping in, Stella. We'll have to make a better planned live stream next time for you. So anyway, I go into the dealer and I'm like, and Buddy's kind of giving me a hard time, like, looks at me like I don't know anything about nothing. So I'm like, no, I just need a 1/4 inch chain. I didn't really have a chance to put calipers on it or anything, but so he goes reaches under the counter and throws a 43 gauge chain at me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, if the bar's been changed, like anywhere in its life, and went to a thinner or thicker gauge, which could it be, it's going to throw everything right out to lunch what you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, so I was just like, I just wanted to get a chain, get it in my hands, and then say, okay, let's try the whatever gauge this is up against the chain I got. And it turns out that I seem to have a 50 gauge chain. Like I put the calipers on it, and there's definitely a difference. So it's definitely a 50 gauge 1/4 inch chain. I mean, and the 043 gauge seems to fit okay. Like it's not that wobbly, but it's like I wouldn't run it. I'm just going to take it back to them, but it's
Does the bar just get worn out or what?
No, I don't know. It's hard to say. It seems to be like a 50 gauge bar because there is a little bit of wobble on this 50 gauge chain on this. Like it's not too bad. It doesn't cut crooked or anything, but it does have a little bit of play. It is kind of wore out. If I can get that on the camera, it is a little bit. It is a little bit wore, but.
Oh yeah, that's moving quite a bit.
You can see it. Like it wasn't quite. The slot's pretty big, over the years.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the bar doesn't even really. It has a model number on the bar, but it doesn't really match up with anything Stihl has. And the bar says "Made in Canada"
because it's an old product number.
Yeah, I think it says "Made in Canada" on the bar. I think it might have been an aftermarket bar that someone just
check the tip on it. That doesn't always tell you everything you need to know, but sometimes the gauge is on there. Every now and again.
Nothing stamped in the bar at all. Just "Made in Canada" and a model number for the bar, and I can't find a thing on that bar online.
Is that gonna? Shit, I didn't look at it closely. Is that got a replaceable tip on it or no?
Nope.
Okay, then the info wouldn't be on there then.
Yeah. So I'm just going to try and pull up a clutch, and I'm going to order a clutch that fits the 170s and 250s and see what happens. Actually, I might borrow the clutch off this 250 here and try that. That might be actually worth doing because if it's the same as MS250 and 170.
Well, if you give me a few minutes, my bench is a complete disaster. Like I've not cleaned it up and moved a bunch of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I can find my clutch stuff kicking down there.
I got to take I got to put new nuts on this 250 for him anyway, so I might as well just take it and just take calipers and measure that clutch, and I bet you that's the same clutch.
Oh my God, that cheddar stuff is so good.
I buy this stuff at Costco. That's pretty rad. Is this chicken yakitori? And it's a frozen rice stuff in a plastic bag that is fantastic. Takes 3 minutes in the microwave, and you've got fresh like rice and veggies. Oh,
Nice.
Just deadly.
Girls, ready? Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, I'll check those clutches in a few minutes. I'm gonna go mend this fire quickly. Go have smoke while we're on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Put a new spark plug in this lawnmower. I think might be a good plan. He's put a nice NGK spark plug in it.
I hope you like Five Alive. See? Yeah. Okay. Let me know if you girls don't eat it because the carburetor will finish it. The dumpster, as Emmy calls me.
Yeah, the kid used to call me garbage guts.
Yeah, kiddo bugs me and calls me a dumpster. Because I'll just whatever they don't eat, generally I'll just mow it down.
Yeah, me too. The grandkids are like, "Oh yeah, Papa will eat it."
Oh, there we go. We got flaming. Yeah.
Geez, who's still here in the live stream? Anybody still here?
What's that?
Still here, Lyle? I'm just seeing who's still here.
What? Yeah, it's what the core. How about you? Oh, that should be all right. I was told this cottonwood doesn't burn very good, so I've been trying to use it up when I got good hot fires.
Whoa. Oh. What? Jeez, I know I grabbed the wrong plug when. I'm sitting here going, oh, this plug looks a little bit long. Reach for that lawnmower. I grabbed a BPR6HS instead of BR2LM.
What do you usually run for plugs? Like what's your preference?
I use NGKs. You know, for most everything, I run NGKs.
Have you tried buying NGKs in the last few months?
No, these ones I bought in 2020. Was the last batch I bought.
Because like here, I gave up a couple months ago and I settled on Champions, I think. I could not find NGK, I think it was the BR7s. Could not find them in Winnipeg.
BR7. That was a resistor, 14 mil, and that must be a regular reach.
It's what usually comes in like a lot of the still saws and other chainsaws. Some have the resistors, some don't.
Yeah, there's like a BPM. Most of them are taking now a BPMR 7A. Or yeah, BPMR. So B is 14 millimeter, and then the P is protruding electrode, and I'm not sure what the M stands for. I'd have to go look it up. But then the R is resistor, and then 7 is the heat range. And
yeah, like say I was I couldn't find any when I was looking.
Well, I get them from, actually, I only have a couple of those out of that box left. I should order some more because I order them from my suppliers. Like I got my rotary supplier has NGK. I don't order them from stems because stems, their prices on my cost on most stuff is really good with them, but their plug costs for me is not good. It's almost retail. But if I go to say rotary or something like that, I get like full cost. So these don't cost me very much. So I order them like a box at a time for, you know, lawnmowers and snowblowers and stuff like that. So I order the BR2LMs for the like Tecumseh, you know, older Tecumseh engines for the flathead stuff, and then these fit most of the brakes flathead stuff, like the quantum engines and these little flatheads and stuff like that, the 3.5 horsepower. Then I order the long reach guys that all the overhead brake stuff takes, and for the snowblowers and that. And
Yeah, no, I was out looking for I needed a spark plug, and you think I could find one I needed? Nope. So I ended up with the Fisher's the Champions, anyways.
never had bad luck with the Champions and saws.
You know what? Historically, I've just ran NGK and been done with it. You know, I've heard such mix and match things about every brand of spark plug out there, but NGK hasn't failed me to the point where I say, you know what, they're shit, because they're not.
The reason why I've always used NGK is because when I was in the scooters thing, is that I found that those little two-stroke scooters, like 50cc things, they did not want to run on anything but an NGK.
Yeah.
If you put something different in it, they just didn't. The ignition system hated it, and you had to have just the right gap. And in the book would tell you to run, between an 0.25 and an 0.28 gap, and you have to run it at 0.25. None of this 0.28 business.
What if you ran a little bit tighter than 0.25 just to allow for wear and tear?
Yeah, it didn't really hurt much, but they loved the 0.25 gap the best.
Okay.
Like that was just all the testing we always did, the forums and everything was just 0.25 seemed to work the best. Like some kid would be like, yeah, my I did this and it won't run right. So what's your gap at? Well, I put it 0.28. Try 0.25. They're like, they come back and be like, oh my god, it worked. It's a whole different bike. It's crazy.
I wonder why
it shouldn't be that way.
I wonder why they're so finicky, because when you think about it, it potentially anyways doesn't take long for a plug to open up.
Yeah.
All depends on how it's running.
Yeah, they like the 0.25 gap. It was nuts. And if you put, like, kids would put like an Autolite or something in it. It was like, wait for a plug. Oh, I put this Autolite in. Nope. Put an NGK in it. No, put an NGK in it. And they'd fight with you for a while, and then they'd go buy an NGK and stuff it in it. Like, yeah, it worked. Like, yeah. But it was the strangest thing, right? That those things they designed them for an NGK, and for some reason, you put an NGK in, it would work great. You put anything else, you put a Champion in, it would suck. It would just be nuts. And you put a NGK in, it would be perfect.
Weird.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah, so I bought a box of these BR2 LMs. It was spring of 2020, like 2 years ago. And I'm down to like my last one in the box there now. So I haven't been doing that many repairs since then. So
there's a jet coming in. So
yeah, usually we hear a lot of jets here because we're in line with the airport, right? So
yeah, no,
used to hear a lot of jets.
Both houses are actually in flight path, runway paths. We're just almost on the edge of it here, but
yeah, we used to be on one of the on the flight paths here, but for some reason, since COVID, I hardly hear a jet ever. Like when everything first shut down 2 years ago, that was the strangest thing. It was because we're so used to hearing jets overhead all the time, and it was a normal way of life. Like we'd sit here in the yard, my parents' house where I'm at now, right? So I would sit here in the yard, you'd watch all the trails go, or you'd see them, putting landing gear down, you'd see them heading towards the airport, it'd be great. It'd be a lot of fun. And then, and we were over across the way from here, the wife and I living in her mother's house where they moved to Ontario, and they're just over through the woods from here where that area is called Fall River, and that's closer to the airport, but it's still on the same line, same path. And you'd hear all the jets all the time. As soon as COVID happened, it was like silent. Like there's no cars on the road at night. As soon as you hit about a certain time of night, you wouldn't hear one car. Normally you hear cars all night long, and no muffler kids with their Hondas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a car or a person anywhere when that lockdown first happened, and there were no jets, no nothing. The silence was deafening. It was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't much different here either. So I'm trying to find a balance point for this tripod. There we go. I just don't feel like dragging out my big one. It's all put away right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, so that lawnmower is pretty much fixed. Just need to find myself a newer rag, and we'll wipe him down. Oh.
Okay, I got to move tools off my one thing here to get to that sprocket for the 200. Oh wait, you know what? Unless this one other one happens to have one on it.
Oh, sweet. Hinioki's like just finished the Briggs 3.5 horsepower horizontal carb assembly and fired up second pull. That's what I'm hoping this one's going to do, especially where I've got the carb cleaned out enough that the primer bulb actually works now. That's how clogged up that poor carb was.
I have not looked in the cylinder of this 200. I don't know if this cylinder is salvageable. A little bit of wear and tear on the intake side. Check the exhaust. So I tear this one apart. There's potential this one could maybe small chance be salvaged, which is unusual. All right, back to what I was looking for though. Oh, I'm here. I'm just off camera, so.
Oh yeah. So who else is still here? I got Hanioki here in the house. I got is Lyle, you still here?
I don't know. It's been awfully quiet.
Well, Stella had to leave. The lawnmower lady, she had to leave.
Okay.
The wife just said hello.
So
it's so fun.
this is the 200T spur sprocket. Now, this is not always the answer, but it's kind of points you in the direction. There's a number stamped on, like an OEM number stamped on the bottom of these things. Pretty sure. I'm going to double check because I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping this is the one off that 200. Came out of the same box. And it's a Pico chain, so it's a 3/8 low pro, if that's the correct one. So this one came off the MS250 originally. And that 4-digit number, they're both 1123s. I know these are the spur drums, but I'll pop that one off that 250 in a sec. That one's 1121. 1121's an 026 MS260.
Oh, we got someone else come in. Hey, Larry, welcome.
So this is an aftermarket one. So numbers don't jive. They look identical. They both have the little arm in there for your oil drive.
Yes, the little notch.
Yep. Not all saws have that though, eh?
Yeah, because this 020, that drum is on the opposite way around, so the notch wouldn't engage anything.
The spurs sticking inside, like facing towards the power head.
Yeah. So it's the opposite way around. But I figure it's probably the same clutch assembly, just flipped around.
Yeah, but that's weird. Okay, so then I'm wondering if that one does not. Hang on a second. Now you got me really thinking here. Hang on. It's been quite a while since I pulled this 200 apart. Like I pulled that 200 apart a year and a half ago. I haven't put it back together yet. Okay, so on the 200T, there's no way that would go in there like that backwards.
Like there's a nut holding the whole thing on is what's weird. Like it's not like a clip like the rest of them.
You know what? It has to go on backwards. Yeah, it does go on backwards. So the spurs inboard. Hopefully that shows up a little better because it physically cannot go on the conventional way. Cannot.
Because mine's flipped around the opposite direction. Yeah.
Nope. So was this one. Sorry, my lighting's the shits down here.
No, I can still see though.
Turn this one.
Yeah, I just got the cover off here. We'll have a look.
But
That looks
if you
just
look
like
at,
this thing.
if you look at the crank, made that. Everything's. I'm not used to this mirroring. Yeah, no, it has to face inboard. Even on this one, there's not enough crankshaft sticking out to be conventional. So yeah, this one is backwards too.
Yeah, this one looks just like that thing. Like that looks so much like that thing you got in your hands. It's ridiculous.
Hey, let me go grab the clutch. Hang on a second. I know the clutch is in this box. Among with a bunch of other parts, it's just where in this container did it fall out to. Got too much stuff going on in this box. Okay, not that one. Flywheel. Filter cover. And I just drop everything out of the box like a moron.
I do that all the time.
The box just fell apart. Okay. I didn't go looking for the other part here. I didn't find the clutch, but that's your worm gear setup. That would should, unless this crankshaft is damaged, because this is a parts one, been whacked pretty good.
Yeah, so that
Anyways,
plastic piece goes down inside the casing a little bit, right?
yeah, it should recess inside the oil pump. And then, don't quote me. Like I said, I don't have the IPL in front of me because it's been forever since I pulled this apart. But then there should be a coupler, some sort of a coupler, whether it's a friction coupler or something that goes on to this, because this is splined. I don't know if yours is the same or not. There might have been a revision over through the years.
You know what it is? There's like a this clutch drum, that spur gear on the side there. It's got like an extra piece on it.
Yeah, more than likely. Like I said, it's been a year and a half since or maybe no, yeah, it's got to be going close to 2 years since I pulled this apart. So it's been a lot. My memory is faint on this one.
So I wonder if I can just swap it a 200T.
I'm checking my other box real quick. That's a 200 RME. 269, 260. I'm just in my box of doom.
We all have those. Yes, this one, I see how that one might work this very similar to this one because it's got an extra cap on the back side of that spur that probably runs into the case like that one does.
See, my problem is that this container's been dropped a couple of times, and I'm pretty sure I've lost some stuff over time out of here. So it did at one point have all the 200 parts in here, but there's the clutch. Okay, so I got the clutch. I can't remember what this oiler's from. Huh? No, it is from the 200. Okay. What else? Got a different clutch drum. But it's another 1123 Pico. Yeah, so that fits that drum. Ow. I'm sure I'm missing something. I don't want to force that adapter on here because it's not sliding on nice. Stupid light.
Yeah, we're gonna look. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna start looking up the 200T. I was kind of wondering about that. With the 200T, if it was the same kind of saw. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, no,
I
know they're the same. There's just generation difference. Yeah, the only thing I don't have in here right now is the hey, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Oops. I hope I didn't break my screen. Nope. My screen looks like it's intact. Perfect.
I had a video of me dropping the phone and pressing the screen. I was out in the longboard and I dropped the phone right on the top of the longboard. And I pick it up and you can see it in the video. You can hear it go crack, crunch when I
Oh,
drop the phone.
really?
And I pick it up. You can hear me in the video. I look at you can see me doing the selfie thing in the phone camera. And I was like, all I hear is go, oh no. So you just
So,
drop it, goes crunch, and you can see it crack in the camera. And I pick it up and I go, oh no.
so
I
you
haven't
know
broken
what?
many
I
screens,
actually
but
might be wrong about that theory. Maybe those clutch drums aren't cross compatible because this 200T has 1129 on it, which is how would you put that? It's like the series of saw,
right.
and the clutch drums are 1123. So I got this saw as a non-runner to begin with from a shop, so I don't know if anything was done to it before I got it, besides it was blown. So I have to assume there was nothing changed on it. So you know what? Just forget everything I just said.
But it does look very similar though, because this one's still the same kind of backwards setup, and it looks very similar. The only difference is, if I can get that on the camera, is if you can kind of see in here, there's a little bit of a cup affair on the back side of that spur gear. If I get it at the right angle here, it's kind of mirrored on this. Yeah, you can
Between
kind of
the
see that.
spur,
See
between
the
the spur
spur.
and the housing.
Yeah, but see, that's actually attached. That cup is attached to the backside of the spur. It's like another cup. And I bet you that's the same idea as that 200T where you had that plastic piece. It's probably this very similar design, and it might go on there.
Well,
It's
like I
amazing
say,
how close all that stuff was, right? So,
I could be missing parts too. Like I said, because this saw came straight from a shop as a trash saw. So, well, both of them did, but one came from a different shop. Oh, you know what?
will
The
be very
worst
cool
case
to
is
see that.
IPL.
It'd be
Yeah,
very
worst case
fun.
is
I'm going to
just
start looking
check.
up the 200Ts now for the clutch assemblies.
Just Google like the 200T and the O200 IPLs, and then just go through the list and check the numbers on them, the part numbers, and see what they say.
Yeah, I love doing that stuff, cross-referencing and going through and digging and see what I can come up with. It's a lot of fun. You say, oh, hey, wait a minute, this looks just like that one. This looks like that one. It's like I'm looking at that 235 Husqvarna thing I got here for the saw, and I want to convert it to a non-X torque. And there's the 40 and the 35 or whatever it is in the other range of those Husqvarnas that are the non-X torque, and all the cylinders and everything all look the same. Just that one's X torque and one's not. And I'm really curious, if I bought the non-X torque, can I just bolt it right in with the
Yeah,
right,
the Husky stuff. I am not very well diverse with them. I'm learning those things too as I go.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of that these days. That's the fun of
Well,
it for me too. It's just figuring a new thing out.
see, like when I got into it, I started out with stills, and so that's what I figured I had that. That's what I want to learn on first, and then expand as you go. Well, my fire went out again. Darn it. Anyways, yeah. So just expand as you go, just to learn new things as you go, right? And so, oh, it started to drizzle too. Yeah, so that's why my big kick was on the MS 026 or 026's MS 260s, because I've had a bunch of them. So not a bunch, but I mean, like they're a semi surplus, I guess, and they're common here.
Yeah, the 024s and 026s are very common here too. Like that, that's what I grew up with. Was next door. I was 6 years old when he bought that new 024 that I've got here. I inherited the thing, and
Yeah.
that was around me my whole life until I inherited it. You know, that was what I knew what saws were, and I love that saw, man. He put raw gas in it, of course, but it didn't scuff it up too bad, and it runs fine.
Oh, you're lucky then.
He only kind of half soft sees it. It's not real scored up real bad. And it runs like a champ. Still to this day, he took it into the dealer. My father took him into the dealer. That doesn't exist anymore. I wonder why. And they said, "Oh no, this." They just looked at the cylinder. "Oh, this is toast." And they said, "Oh," and they sold him at 250, which is fine, but he couldn't pull it over.
Going on. Hi. What's on? Uh-oh. Such a hard knock life. Don't mind that. Don't want to. Don't mind
No, there's not 9/16. That is not a 9/16 socket on that. I'm used to the AYP mowers. They all got 9/16 sockets for the blades.
I know.
That's a 5/8.
I think this whole year is going to be like the winter. I think we're probably going to see a bunch of rain because we didn't get none last year. Oh. Yeah, neighborino just got home, so already, I guess neighborette.
Oh,
I forgot what the hell we were
so
talking
bad.
about. Oh yeah, the 250. So the dealer sold your dad a 250.
Yep, for the old guy next door, and he couldn't pull it over. He had a kind of a bad shoulder, and plus the dementia was kicking in, so
Yeah.
that didn't help him. So the 250 never touched it. Then they bought him a little McCullough, that little tiny. It was one of the last McCulloughs, before they kind of disappeared. And that he kind of played that a little bit, but then he just got too sick to be able to do anything like that. So that was the end of that.
Yeah.
But that 250, that was a great saw, man. That was a real nice saw. Of course, Kevin Cross Street, his sitting right there, his 250. That came from his father, and now I like them. I really like it. That thing's got great compression, man. You're not careful, it pulls your arm off.
Well, yeah. See, like that 025 MS 250 I got there, like that was was it last year? I got it from Tin Man. Like I don't know if you watch any of his stuff or not.
Oh, I watch him. Yeah, I love Tin Man. Yeah.
What do you call it? So like we exchanged saws a few times there, like over the last couple of years, I would say. This was before he ever got big or whatever. And but one of the saws I got from was that 250. It it's seen better days. Like like that was his go-to saw for years until it grenaded on him. And then after that, so he figured it just needed to be re-ringed. So I just got a box of parts, some missing parts. I had to order some. Like it is what it is. That's the joy about box saws.
Yeah, basket
And
case.
yeah, I just new seals, new bearings, new rings, and some other stuff. Like I say, like the clutch drum upgrade and stuff. But yeah, like that's a darn good little saw. That thing. It's got heaps of compression.
Oh yeah, man. That 024 of mine, I'm toying with the idea of getting it and taking it and maybe putting a new cylinder in it at some point. Might be fun.
Well,
And then porting it.
you can also put a wolf in sheep's skin, and also put a depends how you want to go. You could put in a 026 or an MS 260 top end on.
Yeah, I think you got to mess around a little bit with the porting and stuff, right? Because I think the stroke is different. That's what I've heard anyway. I haven't tried it.
I haven't messed with an 024, honestly. I just know a lot of guys will swap over the top ends on them.
I don't think it's that much of a big deal. I think you can swap them, but there's a difference in the stroke. So you just got to figure out maybe either importing numbers or, that sort of thing, just to make it so that everything lines up the way it's supposed to be.
It won't be reporting numbers, but if the stroke is too short, then the whole thing's going to come up too short. Low compression, all sorts of stuff.
Yes, you'd have to shave the base off a little bit.
I'm just Googling it right meow. Cylinder on 024. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so it does have a shorter stroke.
It might be worth just taking my buddy who's got a lathe and everything machine shop in his garage and saying, "Hey man, would you mind taking a few thou off the bottom of this?"
So yeah, so it'll take an 026 crank as well. I know a lot of stuff was cross compatible for the most part with those two.
Yeah, like all the bars and all those pieces and all the regular stuff is all cross.
I'm just skimming a form here really quick just to get an idea. Freaking drizzling.
Somebody said what they do with them to swap that out. I don't think it was that crazy. I'm just trying to remember what they had done.
So okay, so as you know, the difference is 2 mil, which is 78 thou. Plus whatever you set your squish to. Oh, okay. I was just talking to. I'm not even gonna read that whole thing, but so 2 mil difference. Let's see, Frank saw build. Yeah, because I know the 028 was also different from the 026. Because me and Evan were doing a bunch of chit chat with that one there one night. Because I was like, well, I wonder if I can slap on an 028 jug because they're a little bigger bore. But the stroke was also different as well. Okay, so 024, 42 mil bore, 30 mil stroke apparently. Or no, 024, sorry, 42 mil bore, 30 mil stroke. The Super was a 42 mil with a 32 mil stroke. Now, here's the catch. 026 is a 44 mil with a 32 mil stroke apparently. So if that one you have is a Super, then the stroke would be the same. Then you can swap top ends over.
It's definitely not a Super.
No, okay. Yeah, okay, so there goes that idea.
Yeah.
Just board it.
Yeah, that's what we're about to do. Maybe let's clean up the cylinder a little bit because it's a nice cylinder, so it's only scuffed a little bit. Maybe put a new piston and rings in it.
Yeah, but is it scuffed or is it just aluminum transfer from the piston?
It's probably just aluminum. It looked like just a bit of aluminum transfer from the piston. Is what it looked like when I looked at it last.
Mm-hmm.
It's got scads of compression still.
It's all on the exhaust side, I'm guessing, or mostly.
Yeah, what I figured because it didn't heat up that much. He didn't run it that long to get too crazy with it.
Yeah, if anything, just see how it cleans up, and then same thing if your piston's got any nudges or dings in it, just go over it with fine sandpaper just to smoothen it back out, and just pick up a new set of rings, just as a precautionary thing. Unless you figure it's got gobs of compression, like where you're confident with reusing those rings.
Yeah, but even for how cheap it all is, even if I had to go to the dealer to buy some new proper rings and a new piston, if I had to buy an OEM piston, I wouldn't care because I love the saw that much. It wouldn't matter to me. It's worth it. If it's in good shape, then, or if we're gonna put a highway piston and rings in it and cylinder, who cares?
Yeah, see, like I use like almost everything I use is caber for rings if I re-ring anything. I have can't remember which saw it was. I used I think it was Buddy's MS. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Buddy's MS 260 that I got downstairs still, and that one I used the highway rings in. Other than that, everything's got cabers. Like Tasman piston and cylinder that I have downstairs. It's a Molly coat with, well, not impressed with that one, but it's got cabers on it. Frickin' Molly coat's already worn right off the
Oh,
piston. Yeah, I'm not happy with that one.
yeah, it's probably just better to keep it regular stuff, right?
Well, so I reused the piston, or no, I reused the cylinder, cleaned the cylinder, and like I had a bunch of like OMS 260 and 026 cylinders there like earlier in the winter, so I grabbed the tightest bore one I could find for his, and yeah, I was not impressed to wore that Molly coat off. Then I overported it, so it runs like a sack of shit. So I got got another cylinder downstairs that I redid and did some other stuff to it that I didn't do to the other one. So see how see how it does. Like I said, because I 026 and MS 260s, besides the bore difference by zero point 0.7 mil, all the porting applies to the same with those saws specifically.
Yeah.
Numbers all jive, stuff like that. If you go stock for stock, though, the 026 has got more pull because it's got more grunt than the MS 260 a little bit.
Yeah, my buddy's got a 026 that he bought. I think he bought it for like $100.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And it was in great shape. He's been running it ever since. I was over there and a while back. Was it here in the summer? I was over to see him and I sharpened his chain up proper for him and got it all sharp and tuned the saw up. And he's like, man, this is a whole new saw now. And man, what a nice little saw. It just, for all he's doing is just cutting off limbs and stuff like that. He loves it. And for a hundred
Oh, yeah.
bucks, you can hardly buy a
The
bar and chain for $100.
Yeah, see, like they have their limitations. Depends what you want to do with one. Like, don't try pulling a 24-inch bar on there. That's stock. Like, don't even try it. Ask me how I know. But that was the whole reason why I ported one and stuff is because I wanted. The main reason is to pull a 24-inch bar on it because then I don't have to do so much bending over and things like that. If you check out, I think it was last week I released it. The one video I was actually pulling a 28-inch bar on that saw. I've ran my 32 on it before for shits and giggles. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend 28 either. But Oiler can't keep up. So
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, even with the 24, it doesn't. It barely keeps up in my opinion. Like you can use it with the 24, but I mean, don't do like long cuts at a time. Give your bar and chain a few minutes to cool off between cuts and stuff like that. Just
To get it to oil
precautionary.
up enough to make it so it doesn't seize up the chain in the
Yeah.
slot.
Well, see, it still flings it, but I don't like the fact I don't see oil dripping off the bottom of the bar. Like I like to over oil my stuff if I can, anyways.
Oh, it just makes sense because then you're not burning up bars.
Yeah. Your O24 is also, I believe, is probably a non-adjustable oiler. Wood boss got for free. Those O28s are really good saws. Buddy of mine has an O28 Super, just muffler modded. He didn't want any port work done to it, and like for a little stalker saw, I think he's running a 20 on there. It's an 18 or a 20, I can't remember, and I also can't remember now if it's 3/8 or 325, but it pulls it fine. The Yeah, those O28s were torquey little saws. They weren't like rev happy compared to the modern ones, but they're torquey little saws. Yeah, see, also with so your O24, if it's a non-adjustable oiler, there's a few things you need to swap it to an adjustable oiler. You can't just change your rim and your worm gear and go. Um, the worm gear is a little bit different because there is an arm like the modern stills have that your clutch drum would click into. I think there's a washer, a different thickness of a washer, I believe that's in there as well.
I think I've seen something about that. Someone was talking about that one time, how you did it. It was kind of a few extra parts.
Yeah. Well, see, this is why I like my O26 and MS260s, because all that stuff is cross compatible. So if I want an adjustable oiler, if I got the parts kicking around, I just pull out the old and in with the new type thing that I have.
Yeah.
So like one of the O26s downstairs is non-adjustable. The other one is adjustable. What? I gotta ship out one of those saws one of these days. I am so far behind on everything right now. Because one of those O26 is actually supposed to be going down to Tennessee, Nashville, I think it is, somewhere out there, anyways. But I'm also waiting for the stuff that he's supposed to be shipping too. He hasn't shipped anything either. We've both been behind on that.
Yeah, I haven't done anything important wise for quite a while since I did that 2150. I even got a brand new 2150 cylinder sitting here on the bench, waiting to.
One of the things he's supposed to send me is actually a Homelight 655. It's 100 cc, I believe, or 80 cc.
What? Whoa.
Yeah. It's old school. I'm pretty sure that was 100. It's a fixer upper as well, but yeah, I got a couple 80 cc max downstairs too.
I got the little home light up there in the shed that's just begging for me to get fixed. It's one of those little minis. It's the little small ones. This little tiny little thing. But the handle's broke. Right where the top of where the handle goes up back in the case in front of the carb, it's cracked off. And I don't know if I strip the whole thing down, can I get someone to TIG it for me?
What is that on?
I'll show you. I'll go grab it. See if I can grab it at the top of the shed. I'll show you. It's a little home light.
Yeah, no, because I got a couple bars of Wi-Fi out here, so it's kind of it works and then acts up and then works and acts up.
Get jumpy, yeah. Last week I had a little bit of trouble with my Wi-Fi jumping back into the house. I have a router here in the garage, and the phone would jump off this router and go back in the house for some reason. And tonight I was like, I plugged the laptop right into the router. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that this time.
Well, that or you shut off the auto reconnect for that one router. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I handed me the Super Wood Boss is a labeling thing, because you can get, so the Super is more CCs than the normal AV, but the Wood Boss term is kind of a marketing.
Yeah, this one's just a regular 024 AV. It's up here, yeah. Electronic quick stop, it says.
Yeah, well, like if you ever want to muck around with it, you can just pull if you ever pull apart, you can drop in the O26 crank or MS260 crank in there. Then that would rectify your stroke difference.
Yeah, that would definitely fix it. Yeah, wait to see this old home light. Needs a cover over the carburetor, but it's a little guy.
Yeah. Shit. If I would have known you last year, I had about 2 or 3 of those I sold for like $20.
Yeah, it just needs the main part of it is somehow it got busted up in the barn. And this, let's see if I can get it on the camera proper. See, that broke up in here. So it just needs to be tigged back down in there.
Interesting.
I'm sure one of my buddies that does good TIG welding could probably TIG that. If I took it all apart, if I took that oiler, out of there and took the carb all out, took fuel lines out.
Yeah, you'd have to clean it up clean it up to get access in there, because you'd have to get in there to clean off the paint and prep it. And all
And plus,
that.
everything would just soak so much heat that everything that's rubber and soft and plastic would just
Transfer
melt
to it.
everything. It'd probably just destroy everything. So yeah, I'm not sure. It ran years ago. When I got it, it ran. It didn't just sat in the barn for a long time, and then when I moved out this way, I never touched it. But it would, if I bet you, if I clean up that carburetor,
Those
it stinks.
what are those, 30 or 40 cc's? Those little
I
ones?
think
I
it was,
can't.
I think it was a 30 something. That
Yeah,
would
like
definitely be a rad little saw, and the cylinder is immaculate. I mean, I took it apart. I took the cylinder of the exhaust off last week, and it looks brand new in the
well, that's
cylinder.
good because then the reed should be in good shape too. Then hopefully,
These those little ones, actual reed saws. I don't know if that.
I'm
I
pretty.
never. I've never.
I'm pretty sure. I thought home lights were all reed saws, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I never had to have carburetor off. Yeah, that looks like it could be a reed block in there. Hard to say.
I wouldn't be surprised, like due to its age, because that was kind of like home lights. You know,
Thing.
yeah, like for like same thing with the old Pioneers and stuff like that. That's just how they made so much more torque and everything. Reed saws, they just I don't understand enough about reed saws or reed anything for that matter, but yeah, just in general, reeds anything with reeds seem to make more power than a piston ported.
Well, I used to mess with the reed stuff for the scooters, right? And I used to mess with the reeds themselves, like cut new reeds and
Yeah,
out of different materials, like go with the carbon fiber reeds in different thicknesses to get different reaction rates, spring rates out of them.
yeah, yeah.
And it's man, it was a lot of fun to do that stuff too, to mess with the reeds, and the reeds mean everything.
Yeah.
That rate and how they open, how they react,
Well,
is
that's your
everything in the bottom end.
yeah. Well, that's your intake timing. Like
That's right.
in a reed saw case, that's all your intake timing right there. Yeah, no, like me and Evan were talking one night there, and I was just like, I wonder, but I don't have the equipment to do it. But I wonder if I could fit reeds into an 026. That would be interesting.
The trick
It'd
would be to
take a lot
find
of
the right
it would take a lot of work
size.
and figuring it out, but
I bet you could make a reed block. That's where a 3D printer would come in handy. Because all you'd have to do is be able to make a reed block,
one of us
right?
is breaking up.
Oh, probably me. But I bet you if you could design a reed block, which would, if you were into the 3D printing thing, wouldn't be that difficult. That would be the key to it all. Is just design a reed block that fits it.
Hey, on Pat, one of us is breaking up. I just don't know if it's my end. Let's see. I'm just getting closer to the house here, so I got better Wi-Fi. It must be me.
Ah, you're all cleaned up now?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the picture, but like I just like you're moving smooth now.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Haney Oakie's got to leave. Right on, man. Thanks, dude, for dropping in.
Have a good night,
Listen
Haney.
to us jabber. Thanks for listening to us jabber all night. Yeah,
Let's
I bet
jump
you
over
could.
here and just see.
I bet you if you could design a reed block to fit, as long as you had enough travel for the reeds to move properly, you could probably pull it off, because you just need to have enough room in the case and enough room to get your carburetor moved out enough, and just making a new adapter to
Yeah.
go on.
Well, like looking at it, it'd probably be better to cut the intake flange right off and then take on a whole new flange, and then you'll get, I don't know what that is, close to an inch extra room to work with.
And that would work.
Issue is I don't have a TIG.
Yeah, neither do I.
I have a TIG, but I can't TIG aluminum with it. It's just a DC, and I'm not about to go buy helium just to TIG weld that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. Once I'm done my smoke, I'm gonna put the phone inside and run my axes down, because it's still spitting a little bit worse now.
Yeah, I might have to call her a night. I think it's about almost 10:30 here, so I might just call her a night.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. It's only 8:30 here, but I'm just waiting for the wife to get home and so I can go to the other house, go let my dog out and shit like that, and then come back here.
Yeah, I gotta call her tonight. I think it's get a little late, and I want to get her shut down in here and head in the house. I think. But
Yeah, it's still bright here.
yeah, you see, it's pretty dark here. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate that.
No
It's
problem.
real. I might do the same thing next week too.
Yeah, like I try to do my stuff on Thursdays, but like with Tasman's work schedule, if he schedules a live, I don't even bother. But with all the stuff that's been going on here with me and mom and everything, it's been hard. So I I wasn't going to do lives, but I figured, you know what, I might as well still touch base. It's just the content side is like diminished, right? I haven't worked on a saw downstairs now, and I don't know, it's got to be over a month. So
Yeah, I
it's
haven't
been
had
a
a chance
while.
much to do anything content wise, and all these saws are staring at me, going, "Hey, when are you gonna get at me?" And I'm like, "Oh man!" So I'm getting there. I like to do the live stream stuff just to kind of get into the game and
Yeah, touch
play
base
with a
with
little bit.
people,
And
and
yeah, I think I screwed up this week by doing I did the wrong thing with StreamYard. I should have created the new
oh
stream coming up in StreamYard first.
yeah, that reminds me. So so it depends on it also depends on your subscribers and if they have the bell, like the notification thing set up. But the thing is that even if you go live on StreamYard, it'll still show up that that you're live. As far as I know, it does. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it doesn't matter.
but what I
It's
screwed
just
up though
if
was
you do
I scheduled it in regular YouTube land, and
yeah,
then tried to go live with StreamYard, and what happened was it
people jumped
showed up.
over on the YouTube one.
Yeah, they were on the YouTube one because I was like, oh, well, I'll just start a new stream, but it didn't. I didn't erase the other one in time, so it was too much of a hurry. And I think what happened was if I had created it in StreamYard, then it still would have gone live, but then it wouldn't have had two.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. That's the only reason I know that I've learned the difference between the two too. I've done it. It happens.
Yeah. Well, now I know the difference. I'll do it in StreamYard instead of doing it in the regular YouTube one, and it should
Yeah.
still show up that it's coming. I hope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. And then the nice part is about StreamYard is when you jump in it, it's just like the YouTube. You can click your scheduled one anyways, and then click that to go live instead of having to start a whole new one.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, it's a learning thing. I don't mind that stuff. I
exactly.
don't mind learning stuff. I'd rather just learn it and then play with it, and then once I get going, it works better. But I think it would have been worked a lot better had I had just the one set up proper, and
Yeah.
it would have been good.
Well, it would have made more sense, right? Like as far as whoever's jumping on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, I better shut her down, I guess, and I better shut my door here because the mosquitoes are coming in.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Cool, man. Thanks for dropping in.
No problem. Have yourself a good night.
Catch you later.
Hey, have a good weekend. Got
Well, if anybody's still here, thanks for dropping in. It's been a great old time. I think we'll have to do it again next week, and I'll not screw it up, and we'll have a great time. Well, thanks everyone for dropping in. Rock on. We'll see you on the next one.